Ladies and gentlemen, this is Chaos, and I'm happy to bring you Naniwa versus MVP. This is Game 2 on Shatter Temple, and spawning in the 3 o'clock position, we do have Naniwa, and spawning in the 12 o'clock position, we do have MVP. And what a crazy first game. I know I kind of reiterated in that game a few times, MVP really the favorite, but Naniwa played so solid, and his build timings were a little bit greedy up front, but he wasn't punished for them, and he got his economy and his tech really established early, and MVP was just trailing the whole game. And I think the smartest move was when the Viking count for MVP dropped so low, and Naniwa kind of saw like, MVP, you're not making any more Vikings, and switched to 3 Robos in production on Colossus and really caught MVP by surprise. Where MVP was just making more Ghosts, which Ghosts are a great unit, but really you have to make Vikings to counter the Colossus on a fair amount. And really he only had 2 Vikings out on the field at that point, and there were almost 8 Colossus in that final battle, and what can you do against that with a Terran army with no Vikings? So you pretty much curl up and die like MVP did in that final encounter there. Up until that point, though, it was a pretty close game. I think MVP could have punished Naniwa huge at the start when he had that 4 barracks play. So anyways, Shatter Temple, we do have close air position, so drop play will be a big fear for Naniwa this whole game. And I guess it could go both ways as well with how popular Warp Prism play has become for Protoss. But definitely drops for Terran are so strong. Now if this was White Raw, I would say Warp Prism play would be very likely. It's hard to say if Naniwa will follow the same kind of build, so right away we're seeing a quick kind of second gate kind of hidden away at the side there, but it may or may not get scouted, and it will get spotted by the SCV. I don't know if he was hoping that that was going to be hidden and not get spotted out, but anyways, MVP has seen it, so there won't be any surprises here. Now, kind of an interesting build that Naniwa is doing here. So it might be like a 3 stalker kind of build here, or some kind of early pressure here. So usually you don't see those gateways built so quickly. Now let's see how MVP is opening here. He has 2 racks here, one with a reactor, one in the tech lab. He's getting a very quick concussive shell. So we're going to see probably a little bit of a early timing there with essentially a couple Marauders there and be able to do some huge damage, especially if they can catch any Stalkers out in the middle of the map there. Now we see Naniwa pushing out into the map here. Now I think MVP might be ahead here, especially when the concussive shell finishes. Because really, once a Stalker's hit by a concussive shell, it's pretty much dead. So I don't know if Naniwa has picked the best build order to start this game off, and he is expanding behind it. And if Naniwa can't do damage here, or loses his whole army, I think he's pretty much done. He's going for the engagement here, and right away, boom, we lose 2 units right away. And that's kind of the power of those concussive shell. And now Naniwa is forced to pull back all his units, and there will be another Stalker going down. And this is a huge lead for MVP so early. And MVP will be able to move in and do some damage. Because I don't think he can keep this Nexus and deal with this pressure that's going to be going down. And here we go, the army of MVP moving in. And MVP might be able to outright just kill MVP here. And the expansion is starting to get attacked. I'm not sure if he will cancel it or not. He decides to keep it though. And he's trying to just fight and wait. And look at all the army that MVP has sent down here, and Naniwa in a tough position. I'm surprised he didn't cancel that Nexus, so I think he's going to lose this Nexus for sure. Naniwa doing a great job using that high ground to really fight this off. More reinforcements are streaming in a little bit there for MVP. If Naniwa can hold this, I would be shocked. A lot more stalkers coming in here. And here's the engagement. And a great concaves for Naniwa. Like, fantastic micro. Really catching a lot of units in really good encounters. This is coming right down to the wires. A couple more Marines have come down. And we do have another warp in for Naniwa. And they're really just trading armies pretty evenly. And I'm surprised Naniwa has walked out of here with such minimal amount of damage. Because really MVP needed to punish this pretty greedy opening. And it sucks to lose that many units as Naniwa. But really, once it's held off, and there's only one bunker on the way there. And if this wow, the bunker doesn't get down. And now we are going to see a strong counterattack here. And Zealots are going in to start tanking damage. And wow, this is a fantastic attack here. And the bunker does finish. Naniwa is probably going to have to pull back here, but he did a great job there doing that counter assault. He took off a ton of units. And I don't know if he's going to go in to re-engage here or not. And it looks like he's going to go in for another round here. And he's just picking off all the SCVs. Wow, MVP forced to pull out. Wow, the Marauder gets taken out. It looks like Naniwa is in a fantastic position now. And MVP is really on the back foot. He's doing the best he can to keep this wall up. And Naniwa is taking some huge kills, picking off SCVs. And he stops the bunker a second time. And the bunker is trying to get finished. And really, Naniwa has busted the front. Stim has finished. And really, Naniwa is starting to get really ahead here. And huge losses for MVP. Naniwa is deciding to stay in the base. He's just trying to take as many SCVs out that he possibly can here. And I don't know if Naniwa made the best decision to stay in the base, but at the very least, he really shut down the natural. And Naniwa just doing so much damage here. More forces coming in for Naniwa, and the longer Naniwa can hold this contain here and keep MVP on one base, the better shape he's going to be in. Now, if MVP's best way to get back in this is a drop play, and it looks like some have loaded up here. So MVP is going to do a counter drop here. He's got to know this is a possibility, but here we go. A counter drop has happened, and MVP is starting to do a little bit of damage here. And we have stimmed Marauders against just these gateway units. MVP doing some great damage here. So this might kind of equalize the game at this point with these drop potential, because really Naniwa can't really overcommit here, otherwise he's just going to get dropped repeatedly. He does walk out of this, I think, a little bit ahead because he has been mining on his second base a little bit longer. Now Naniwa has around 2 forges, so he's going to move right into like a big upgrade play. But if this game doesn't change too much in the next couple minutes, MVP will slowly taking advantage, because Naniwa needs a way to deal with all the medevacs in the army. Because if you don't have an answer for some AoE damage, you can't really stop all that Terran army. And it looks like MVP might attack while the armies are separated here, because Naniwa is really spread thin here, and MVP stims and goes right in. And some okay force fields go down there. He takes a couple of units, and MVP is starting to do some huge damage, and he's just stimming so effectively here. And he's just really kiting all these zealots. So it looks like Naniwa might fold here. And really, the probes have been pulled at this point, so this is really losing all of his economy here. And really, GG, MVP pulls it off. It ties it up 1-1.